Welcome back to my channel Miss Medicine. In this video, we will discuss about dengue fever. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So first of all, what is dengue fever? Dengue fever क्या होता है? Dengue fever is a viral infection caused by the dengue virus. डेंगू फीवर एक इन्फेक्शन है जो डेंगू वायरस से होता है. There are 4 kinds of dengue viruses. Virus family is Flaviviridae. Genus Flavivirus. Serotypes dengue virus 1, dengue virus 2, DV3 and DV4. This is enveloped virus and it have 3 major proteins. Single-stranded positive sense RNA is present in dengue virus. Dengue virus contain 4 viral serotypes DV1, DV2, DV3, DV4 and subgroups and clades 1 or more virus types in circulation during an epidemic. Next slide is spectrum of disease. There are 4 types: asymptomatic, mild viral syndrome, dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever. Asymptomatic without any symptom 95%, mild viral syndrome 5%, dengue fever 5% and dengue hemorrhagic fever is also 5%. Now the clinical course of dengue virus infection can be asymptomatic and symptomatic. In symptomatic they are differentiated into symptomatic जो डेंगू फीवर होता है 3 टाइप्स में डिवाइड होता है: अनडिफरेंशिएटेड फीवर, डेंगू फीवर सिंड्रोम एंड डेंगू हेमोरेजिक फीवर. डेंगू फीवर सिंड्रोम also divided into 2 parts: without hemorrhage and unusual hemorrhage. And dengue hemorrhagic fever have plasma leakage. It can be shock syndrome and no shock syndrome. Dengue shock syndrome and no shock. Dengue infection, clinically significant dengue infection may be simple dengue fever, dengue hemorrhagic fever or dengue shock syndrome. In dengue hemorrhagic fever, plasma leakage less than 5% and in dengue shock syndrome, plasma leakage more than 5%. Next slide is clinical features of dengue syndrome. First is fever. 2 से 10 दिन के बीच में होता है, in between 2 to 10 days. Headache, retroorbital pain, myalgia, arthralgia, severe backache, bone pains, rashes, bleeding manifestations, epistaxis means nosebleed, hematemesis, vomiting blood, bloody stools, menorrhagia, hemoptysis. Hemoptysis means bleeding in cuff, abdominal pain, decreased urinary output despite adequate fluid intake and irritability in infants. Next slide is shock. Shock क्या होता है? Complex clinical syndrome of decreased blood flow to body tissues resulting in cellular dysfunction and eventually organ failure. हमारी बॉडी के जो टिश्यूज होते हैं उसमें ब्लड कम हो जाता है, ब्लड पहुंचना कम हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से ऑर्गन फेलियर, ऑर्गन डैमेज हो जाता है. अगर ब्लड नहीं पहुंचेगा ऑर्गन्स में तो ऑक्सीजन भी नहीं पहुंचेगी, इसकी वजह से ऑर्गन फेल होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा रहते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज प्लाज्मा लीक्स पैथोफिजियोलॉजी. Host response, subsequent infection, previous immunoglobulin G, neutralizing protective and non-neutralizing replication enhancing. If viremia virus increase in our blood, it increases TNF, interferon, interleukin 2 and hypocomplementemia, which led to injury and increased leakage, endothelial injury and increased leakage due to increased presence of virus in our blood. This is pathophysiology of dengue hemorrhagic fever. In this case, increased capillary permeability, protein-rich fluids exudes into the interstitial space, which leads to pleural effusion and ascites. Circulatory volume collapses, which leads to shock. Sympathetic overactivity leads to vasoconstriction and tachycardia. Loss of volume, which reduces pulse pressure. Blood becomes thick due to loss of fluid, rising hematocrit and delayed capillary filling. compromised renal and hepatic perfusion, which reduce urine output, and tender hepatomegaly. Management of dengue hemorrhagic fever during the critical stage is that of shock, but there is one important consideration. Fluid is not being lost out, but it is going to third space and will be resorbed back. So, over enthusiastic fluid replacement present during the critical phase when the fluid is oozing out would result in people do not die of hemorrhage in dengue hemorrhagic fever. People do not die of hemorrhage in dengue hemorrhagic fever. They die either due to shock or secondary organ failure or due to pulmonary edema and fluid over during the recovery phase. Next slide is end organ failure in dengue hemorrhagic fever. Approximate outcomes. अगर एक organ fail है, if one single organ fail, then mortality rate means death rate is 40%. अगर दो organ fail हैं, if two organs are failed, mortality rate is 80%. अगर तीन organ fail हैं, mortality rate is more than 99%. See how much dengue fever is dangerous. Next is clinical course of dengue hemorrhagic fever. Course of simple dengue fever is generally uneventful and non-fatal, whereas dengue hemorrhagic fever can be life-threatening. Differentiating dengue fever from dengue hemorrhagic fever is critical. Both dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever can have bleeding tendencies, therefore bleeding is not the differentiating point between the two. Next slide is clinical course of dengue hemorrhagic fever. Clinical course can be divided into three stages: febrile phase, critical phase, and recovery phase. In febrile phase, high fever, some petechial hemorrhages with generalized aches and pains and headache present. This usually lasts 2 to 7 days. People generally don't die during this stage. Next phase is critical phase. It starts with the resolution of fever. It occurs in few people, lasts for just 24 to 48 hours or so. It is associated with plasma leak, which is less than 5%, volume depletion and shock. This is the phase where management is critical. Hemorrhagic fever is classically associated with plasma leak into the third compartment and circulatory compromise. Next slide is signs of plasma leak in dengue hemorrhagic fever. Patient is not feeling well with resolution of fever. What are the warning signs? These are low pulse pressure less than 20 mm, low urine output, delayed capillary filling, and tender hepatomegaly. Next slide is signs of impending dengue hemorrhagic fever. Warning signs according to lab reports: increasing hematocrit, edema of the gallbladder, ascites or pleural effusion, low albumin present, low cholesterol, acute fall in platelet count. Here is the difference between highly suggestive of dengue hemorrhagic fever and confirmed dengue hemorrhagic fever. In highly suggestive of dengue hemorrhagic fever, disproportionate tachycardia present, narrowing of pulse pressure less than 20 mm, CRFT more than 2 seconds, tender hepatomegaly present, hematocrit concentration 20% rise from baseline or rise approaching 20% if patient already on IV fluids. Serum albumin less than 3.5 gram per deciliter, fall during illness. Non-fasting serum cholesterol less than 100 mg, fall during illness. And edematous gallbladder wall on ultrasound is seen. And in confirmed dengue hemorrhagic fever, ascites present on ultrasound, pleural effusion present on chest x-ray, right lateral decubitus or chest ultrasound to detect minimal effusion, and there is definitive evidence of plasma leakage. The next phase is recovery phase. Volume gets resorbed and volume overload may occur. This is the phase where people die because of the problems faced during the critical stage. Next is the lab diagnosis. IgG antibody specific to the initial infecting dengue virus serotype plus cross-reacting antibody and immunoglobulin M, antibody to the secondary infecting dengue fever serotype. Specific antibody response plus CMI, memory T cells are present in primary infection. Next investigations need to check CBC and platelet count. First 5 days NS1 and PCR is done, and if it is more than 5 days, need to check IgM and IgG. Next slide is about the vaccine. Chimera vaccine and attenuated vaccine. Chimera vaccine for yellow fever and dengue fever. It is launched in 2016. Partially immunity. It have risk of secondary infection. And attenuated vaccine 6 to 8 cycles in DKC, dog kidney cells. So we can prevent quite a few deaths if we can differentiate from dengue fever to dengue. So we can prevent quite a few deaths if we can differentiate dengue fever from dengue hemorrhagic fever, diagnose the onset of critical phase of leaking, and give appropriate fluids.